Like your car, for example, which was designed and came out, I think, in 80 or 81, right? I got an ad for an 83, by the way. 83 and I think 82.
They look alike.
Well, what's funny is that one of them is red. So you imagine trying to find one that's red today? Ha! They're white, black, blue, guy colors. You know, business. What a peach, man. Beautiful automobile. I like about how it has the hubcaps. There's the cream inside there. Like they did with the Cadillacs from the late 70s, mid 70s, you know? And there's the, what was she called? The Flying Lady, I think, eh? The Flying Lady? I think. So the gentleman says this car was originally from New Jersey and then it made its way to Montreal and lived I don't know how many years in the town of Mount Royal section. You know, I had forgotten that I had actually filmed one of these at a car show last year in Hampstead. It was beautiful. It was dark green, didn't have white walls, and I think it was an 89. You know, I don't know, sometimes I think when it comes to Rolls-Royces in these years, I think debatably the interiors were even more well appointed and stunning, really. You know?
Well, there's no plastic in there. It's all real wood.
Well, there you go.
And cashmere top.
Look, you even have a mirror on the corner on the sail panel.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure why. I guess a woman would have been like...
I guess, yeah.
Just in case you guys didn't see that. A woman would have been like, you know... I was trying to apply putting on lipstick at it. Maybe it would look like something else.
I think it's actually a reading light.
Is it?
Yeah. Because when you're sitting on that angle, if you turn it on, it's sort of...
Man, even the ceiling.
You're reading, you know?
Even the ceiling, it's like a coach. You have there's a reading light on one side. On each person has a reading light, if I'm not mistaken. And even the band here in the middle is that's really something. You know, you remind me of my Uncle Rob, actually. Well, he drives a 2015 Escalade. He has his own garage near Ottawa, but he's a big cigar aficionado too. I actually smoked one too with him last week when we went into his chalet for the weekend, the whole family. I think I smoked that thing for an hour and a half. Yeah. And that's real wood, of course, eh? Walnut?
There's no plastic in it.
What kind of wood is it, do you know?
Walnut grill.
Walnut, eh? How long have you had this car for?
5 years.
5 years, eh? Man, look at even the size of the door sills. They're like wider than usual. Look at that. Yeah, it's fantastic.
The engine?
Yeah, would you mind? I've never ever seen the engine of one of these. Thank you for reminding me because I'm a little out of it. I have a headache, so I can't find anybody with aspirin. So, wait, where the heck did you just pull that release there?
It's under the dash.
So it was on the right side because usually on the American cars they put it on the left side.
On the right side. Just a palette.
And I'm trying to remember how many liters this was. I think it was 5.
Wait a minute, 6.7.
6.7. Christ, that's big, man. You mind firing it up? I would love to see this thing firing up, just to see how quiet it is, because that's what they were known for the most, I think. Also, aside from luxury, it was really the lack of any sound, practically. I heard that.
I am suitably edgy. How's that?
Yeah, clean as a whistle, man. Definitely not driven in the rain, that's for sure. What do you think the horsepower is on that? 200 something, 250? I think it is, actually. Let me just get the sound from the back. That's how you can always tell how a car runs, is by the back, you know? I don't know what that noise is. What the hell is that noise? I feel like a Jamaican. That's how they diagnose cars, you know?
Possible the muffler's on the other side?
Yeah, it is. But it's making like a noise, like a buzzer.
That's the gas pump.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's the gas pump. How about that? How about that? Hey, well, thank you very much. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Bruce.
Bruce. Like Bruce Lee, right on. Except you're not Asian, obviously. Hey, look at this. They even had a light here, of all places, right on the edge. That's weird. Never seen that before.
You got Bruce Willis. You got Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I could have said those and I said Bruce Lee. Eh? Sorry about that. Yeah, there's the lamps. Look at that. Well, I just noticed the steering wheel. Somebody changed the steering wheel. I'm not sure if it was you or not. You did? Why is that? The other one was in bad shape? That's where you keep the dead bodies?
It's a Rolls-Royce steering.
Is it?
Yeah, if you look at it.
Really? Bruce, one last question. Would you mind if I sat in here for a minute? You know, I mean, I know it doesn't have. I know it's an '88, and they don't have a ton of value, these cars. And unfortunately, like so many cars that are high luxury and exotic, what happens is that, as you know, they just sit. Nobody ever fixes them. Would you? Look at the door. Look at the size of the door, man. The thickness of it. It's incredible. Sitting in an '88 Rolls-Royce silver Spur.
I started an eBay business in 2004.
I sell on eBay too, actually.
And
sure, whatever I sell is minuscule compared to the other.
It's a hobby I started. I started with Jaguar gear knobs.
Hey, ça va? Hey, ça coupe le son. I don't even hear you. Oh my God. That's why they're so quiet. I'm glad I met you, man.
Pleasure.
That's a pleasure. My goodness.
So I started doing Jaguar gear knobs, and then I went into.
What do you mean? You collected them and you sell them?
No, I make them. I make them like this. See, look, Rolls-Royce.
Really? I can't believe the thickness of the doors. You would think you were the president, man. You know, like Obama there, so you don't get, you know, popped. Okay, so do that thing with that part of the console.
So this has to be popped in, popped out for any idiot within 10 seconds. And there you go.
Unbelievable. The gentleman I'm here with, he made this. He's obviously a hell of a craftsman. Look at this. This looks like it's part of the car. It looks original, 100%.
And the kicker,
I'm very impressed.
In the back rest, it used to be a phone.
Oh, geez, look at this.
And I replaced it by that.
You know, my friend, I'm glad to do some homage for you. You obviously deserve some recognition here. This is really well done. I mean, you took a car that, like I was just saying before, that could easily have been neglected. And these cars, as you know, the Bentleys, and I mean, they cost so much to either maintain or restore. Nobody can afford it, so they just rot.
People are afraid of them.
They're afraid of them. They just rot. And even me, as you know, I'm a skeptic, and you know, you'll know that, like, well, yeah, of course they have a lot of flaws too, because it wasn't the best years for Rolls-Royce. And that's another reason why you got to have some bucks to have these cars. And that's why you say people are afraid of them. You know, not like that Cadillac there. I mean, it's one of the cars maybe that saved GM in a sense, because it's got a Corvette motor, and Corvettes has always been consistently the best-selling GM product, not Cadillac. Cadillac went tanking, especially in the 90s. And Rolls-Royce, when I see one now, a Bentley, I mean, it gets my eye, but maybe this was the last decade for details and wood and chrome and metal, and I mean the doors alone are.
This is leather.
This is all leather, you know.
100%.
Is this a sensor for the air conditioning, the ventilation?
You know, honestly, I don't know what that
I think
is.
that's probably what it is. Or that, or it's an automatic volume control like my dad had on his 87 Maxima. You'd be driving, and if there's more noise outside, the volume on the stereo goes up. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you showing me this car.
It's all cashmere.
Yeah, this roof line really blows me away. I was showing it before because you have this part here, you know, like just like it looks like there should be like a controls here, like on a plane.